The Center for Women's Studies at Wichita State University offers both a major and a minor in women's studies through an abundance of courses. The Center for Women's Studies was established in 1971, making it one of the longest-standing centers of its kind in the country. The department adheres to national and international standards in the field of women's studies and seeks to explore the diversity of women's experiences in a world of global, social, political, and cultural connections. Women's studies focuses on the analysis of gender in relationship to race, class, sexuality, and other axes of power. It examines these political forces in social institutions, including family, work, and education, and cultural images in the arts, literature, and popular media. Students and faculty investigate changing gender role expectations, U.S. cross-cultural and national experiences and issues, and the professional and domestic contributions of women to the arts and society.
What makes women's studies, I think, distinctive as a field is that it is not modeled on a traditional academic discipline.
I believe that women's studies courses teach students to question the given knowledge.
One of my biggest skills coming out of the Women's Studies department is this ability to critically analyze, never accept anything for face value.
At its core, it's about questioning, it's about inquiry.
Women's Studies provides a comprehensive view of women's historical experiences and the contributions of women to present-day society.
We studied such a varied degree of topics, women in relationships, women in social issues, women and dependencies in business and religion.
Women are 50% of the population, and so when you take women's studies classes, you're learning about half of the population.
The value of women's studies is that there isn't anyone today who hasn't been affected by the kinds of questions that women's studies ask.
Within the major, a student may choose from a variety of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary courses.
Women's studies courses offer theory as well as practical knowledge.
In addition to women's studies courses, a student may select appropriate cross-listed courses from such fields as philosophy, sociology, social work, history, English, anthropology, religion, ethnic studies, political science, administration of justice, psychology, and communication.
No matter what area that you're going to focus on in your life, whether you're going to go into business or the medical field, whatever profession that you choose, women's studies can only enhance that.
I was able to develop my skills in communication and writing.
I was challenged academically, but emotionally it was giving me answers to questions concerning my own morals and values and the way that I wanted to live my life or not live my life.
People were encouraged to share their ideas, and it was just very safe.
Women's Studies was able to help me become accustomed to thinking in a way, well, maybe it's this reason or that reason, or can you look beyond, the face value.
Sometimes the conversations got pretty heated, but it was a very open communication, which wasn't always that way with other classes.
Every time somebody tries to say, okay, we know who women are, and here's who they are, and here's what they need, and here's what they want, somebody else comes along and says, excuse me, what do you mean, we women? That's not me, and either I want in, or that's not me, and thank you very much, I'll stay over here. So it's always had that internal challenge built into it.
Many women's studies classes teach students how to exist into the 21st century because students realize that there are other cultures, there are other ethnicities, and that it's really important for them to know about these different groups.
Even though in women's studies we have a focus on women's and women's issues, women's studies is more than that in terms of it teaches you critical thinking skills, it teaches you the ability to analyze, it teaches you how to make connections with the things around you, so that both men and women benefit from the type of style, critical thinking, analytical skills, whatever, that women's studies can teach you.
I think women's studies classes are beneficial to both men and women because it not only informs them of things they might not know, but it helps them to communicate more effectively with the women that they interact with on a daily basis, especially in the workforce.
Anybody who is interested in being a little bit more savvy about the way the social world works is going to get something out of women's studies.
If you are considering this major, you should be advised by a Women's Studies faculty member regarding your academic program and vocational goals. Women's Studies may also be pursued as part of a dual major or as a minor if your intellectual or vocational interests are best served by a concentration within another academic field.
The kind of support I got from other students and from professors was just unparalleled.
They were a group of women who cared about their students and about women in general.
The support that you get from the Women's Studies Department is very personal. They know you. You feel like you're an important person to them.
I'd been running a program for parents and children for Head Start, a parenting kind of program and services for kids. Most of the participants in that group were primarily female, single women, and so the Women's Studies degree really fit with the experiences of the women that were coming through my parenting class.
As a doula, I'm self-employed, so I have to run my own business. And working with women, it's a lot of psychology and emotional support, and so having an understanding of women and their issues and how the whole birth process can affect their emotional state is extremely helpful.
I'd like to get into politics, and I'd like to maybe do social policy for a congressman or a presidential administration, or maybe do social policy for nonprofits.
People are going to sit up and notice that you have a credential in something that everybody's concerned about, everybody's talking about.
Women's Studies classes teach you how to view the world in a different way and help you understand why you believe the way you do.
I'm just such a more well-rounded person than if I'd taken any other area of study, I believe.
You know something that is relevant to the home, the workplace, the neighborhood, the community, the larger society.